So Kirk and I have been in business for 20 years now, and we've been in the physical product space, we've been in the online space. We own a retail store called Mac Daddies, and so I am a licensed Texas realtor. I'm also a licensed life and annuity advisor. I tell you all that because I've had my hands in many different aspects of the economy, and I understand what people struggle with out there. I understand different occupations and where people are financially out there. And how some careers can look really sexy and like, oh, they have to make, all this money. And a lot of what I'm going to cover here tonight is going to be based on so you can see a real opportunity, what you could have your hands on, and probably see it from the lens. I hope tonight that you're going to see it from a lens that you can say, man, no matter how good I think I'm doing, I can always do better, right? There's always better. How many of you guys, there's always more, right? That you can have in life. And so that's what I really get excited about. Some of you guys are on here for the very first time. Maybe someone shot you a video over, maybe someone gave you a little bit of details. I'm going to break it down tonight. So one, you can have the whole picture of what we're doing, but there are some very exciting things happening in the marketplace. And I'm going to talk a lot about money tonight, the economy, how you can position yourself with leverage in your life, and how you can have more out of life. We're really going to talk about that tonight. With the company that we have partnered with, one thing I love so much is they are bringing together three industries that are exploding. And each one of these that I'm going to touch on actually could stand on their own. They all, on their own right, are very successful. One being AI. How many of you have, over the last year, seen what AI is doing? I mean, it is speeding up. Whether you like it or not, it's going to get integrated into our world. And to me, it's like good or bad. I better figure out the good part of it and learn how to make money with it because there's going to be a lot of wealth created. From a business aspect, it creates automation, personalization, and you're going to see that here tonight, how cool we've integrated AI into our platform. The other thing is digitally delivered products. People have been rushing into the digital space for a while now. And the reason is because when you can have online delivery of a product or service, now you have a global reach, right? You're not limited to your own region. Think of how far your business can expand when you have a digitally delivered product. And then the other thing is that there's low overhead, right? You don't have all the middleman and the exchange of hands like you do in physical products. And I've been in the physical product space and I love a good product. But I've also seen the friction side of what that brings, from manufacturing problems to shipping and handling problems to stocking inventory problems, and all the margins, the small margins that you actually can get with promoting a physical product. But with a digitally delivered product, the margins are so much higher. So you're going to see that here tonight as well. The other thing is a membership-based subscription. Think about how many companies over the last several years have rushed into the subscription model base. And the reason is because one, you can create a product one time, it's done, it's a one and done, right? And you can offer an incredible product or service to a household by packaging it in a subscription model. So it can be affordable for the person. And then from a business aspect, think about having that recurring income on a product that you created one time. Well, here you're going to get to be involved in leverage, and you'll see that here in just a minute. Imagine having an ongoing income just based on these three industries coming together. And the company we partnered with is NWR Life. And that is what they've done, is brought these three explosive industries together, and we sit right in the sweet spot. So it really gives you an opportunity for leveraged income. Now, if you take a look at the market share that's available, I mean, we're talking billions of dollars and trillions of dollars running through these industries, and it is outpacing some of our staple industries that's been around forever, like coffee, health, cosmetics, and we could talk about a whole lot more that they're outpacing as well. Now, this right here is probably one of the most important pieces to me because I think you need to understand really what your options are to actually earning income and having an opportunity. And this was probably one of my biggest light bulb moments for me when I started to really see the options that I have. If you take a look over here on what we would call the left side, this is by the way, it's a cash flow quadrant. It talks about where all the cash is flowing in our society. And so you can either be an employee, right, where you could trade time for money. I did that. I was a dental hygienist for many years. I cleaned teeth for a living, and I went in and worked for a dentist who was self-employed, and I got paid based on my time. Really, I got paid on how many people's teeth I could clean in the day, right? We also, my husband and I own a retail store. So we are in the self-employed world too. And let me tell you, that S stands for stress. You're the first to go in, the last to go home, and typically the last to get paid. And people that fall over here, there's 95% of the people, and they only really control 5% of the cash flow. But on the other side, you've got two other options. One being an investor. Think about this for a minute. Being an investor is like the ultimate place to be. It's where your money can go out and actually make money, right? How many of you guys want to be there? Like that is literally the best place to be. Now, the other option that you have is being a business owner. And this is where you actually can own a system that's already been set up and you can start to make residual passive income, money that comes in over and over and over on work that you did one time, but yet you keep getting paid. And we're really going to hone on this tonight so you can see the power of coming together those three industries and having a subscription-based model at your fingertips. And what is so amazing is that there's less competition over here, right? There's 5% of the people, but they control 95% of the cash flow. So the real question is that what I love to ask people, and this is really what I had to dig deep when I saw these concepts, is if you could have more time and money, what would you do? Right? What if you could have your time back? What if you could own your own business and you weren't bound to punching the clock every single day? What are some things that you haven't been able to accomplish? In the beginning, I talked to you about that all these things that I have, real estate license, licensed in life and annuity advisor. I own a retail store. I've seen a lot out there. And here's what I can tell you. Residual income is the eighth wonder of the world, right? You got to figure out how to put your hands into earning residual income. That's how you'll truly get ahead. And so what is it for you? Is it that you want to travel more? Is it that you want more time with your family? Or you want to fire your boss? Because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to fire my boss when I was cleaning teeth every single day, right? And I'm at the age now where I'm looking at retirement, and there's going to come a time where I want to like really have some major freedom in my life. That's why we're doing this. We want time freedom back, and we want to be able to, pass on an incredible legacy to our kids. So those are some things that you really want to think about. Now, what is amazing happening right now in the digital age and the AI revolution, there's a guy, I know every single one of you have probably heard of him, Gary Vee, right? And if you aren't hiding under a rock, I know you've heard of him. He's all over social media. He talks a lot about business. I want to say he's probably a billionaire at this point. Here's what he said. If you're going to dominate in the digital age and the AI revolution, you've got to have three things. One, you got to have content, which is a website. You got to have commerce, which is obviously a product or service that you put into the marketplace. But the biggest thing you need is community. And the companies that figure out community, and what he meant was loyalty. Those that build a huge following, a huge community is going to dominate in the digital age. And that is exactly what MWR Life is doing. They have packaged a membership-based travel subscription through our proprietary travel platform called Travel Advantage, and they are bringing travel to everyday households across the globe in a simple, systematic, and affordable way. People want to travel. They either can't because they can't afford it, or they want to do more of it. How many of you know someone right now that, all year, all they can talk about is, man, I can't wait to have that 1 week off and I'm going to try to take my family on an amazing trip. And then they go on the trip. They usually put it on a credit card and they spend the entire next year trying to pay it off just to do it again. And MWR Life says, what if we could do this better? What if we could actually bring travel to households in such an affordable way that they have access to wholesale rates? They have access to amazing bucket list trips and experiences. And we can bring it in a subscription model where it's simple, easy, and they can pre-plan for their travel that they could do multiple times a year, not just one time a year. And that's why people are coming back and staying on subscription time and time again. MWR Life has figured out how to build a loyal community in the digital age that keeps people on subscription because of the high value that they offer here. So you really have to understand too what it looks like when you distribute a product into the marketplace so you can really see the power of having access to a digital product. The way physical products work, and this is just kind of a lesson here so you can really understand it. Physical products, you have to go through a manufacturer, packaging. A lot of times there's a retail store you can walk into, they pay for advertising, and there's a lot of hands, right? That kind of a lot of middleman, if you will. And so not a ton of margin. And there's 80 to 500% markup on products and services that get into the marketplace. And Walmart became one of the richest families in the world by doing it very well. And then Amazon came along and said, we can do this even better. We'll cut out more of the steps and get products to the consumer. And so Jeff Bezos became the richest man in the world. But in the digital world, it works even better. Imagine being able to cut out all of those steps and having a high margin product that you can offer into the marketplace. Now, listen to how travel works in this space. Right now, there's two parent companies that's been around, Booking Holdings and Expedia Group. And they own all of these websites that you most likely have gone to and booked your travel. And these are white label products. They compete against each other. Some of you on here are like, well, I get it cheaper on booking.com, or I found it cheaper on Expedia. But what you don't realize is you're actually shopping essentially from the same parent company. And they pay for advertising, which means they pass those dollars onto you, the consumer. Well, MWR Life says, you know what? We can do this better. We're going to bring a subscription model for travel to the marketplace, and we're going to cut out this retailer. We don't have to pay for advertising because we're going to bring it to the world in a word of mouth referral marketing model. We're going to let the people profit. Man, what if you could be a part of a company that says, man, I'll let you profit just by getting these subscriptions out into households. So the margin, look at this, 85% upfront commissions, 55% residuals, and it gives you a digital asset that you can literally run from your phone, from your home, and anywhere in the world. I mentioned Nate here on a few minutes. He's on this call, and I see him traveling all over the place. And every time I see him at a new place, I just smile. I'm like, this is the picture of what we do, because he can enjoy his life, live life to the fullest, and still run a very successful business because he's doing it right from his phone. And he has a digital asset that isn't bound to a desk. It's not bound to clocking in. He can go anywhere in the world and actually make money. So MWR Life, this is what is amazing. They were founded in 2013. They are a foundational company that's been established, debt-free, and operating seamlessly. But here's what's very exciting. We just launched the North America region. We have just opened up this territory. We had been at a pre-launch, and we are officially open for business in North America, Canada, Mexico, and Australia. So we have an entirely new territory that is so primed for growth that tonight, here's what I believe you're going to see. I have to get involved in this. I want to be a part of the one that brings this amazing subscription to this new territory and be able to get all this value into people's houses. We're operating already in 5 continents. We have over almost, I think at this point, 170 countries that we're present in. We have 500,000 members that are actively using the platform and very satisfied. What's amazing is we really are disrupting the travel industry. And so what if you could save money, make money, and travel more, and have that with just having your own platform here? So Travel Advantage is our trademarked proprietary travel platform. And basically what MWR Life has done is it allows you to unlock exclusive access to unpublished wholesale rates. And it passes those savings on to people like you and I. So you just having the membership, you're going to be able to earn travel credits every time you book. Then being a member, you're going to get loyalty points, which are dollar for dollar. And I'll show you how those work in just a minute. So essentially, it's so simple. It's a membership-based travel subscription, either for business owners that see this as an opportunity and say, man, I want to build a community of subscribers and profit, or just your everyday travel member that says, man, I love to travel and I want to have access to these kind of rates and these kind of experiences. The other amazing thing is the credibility that we have in the industry. So we have a 4.8 rating on Trustpilot. We have excellent rating on the international organizations, and we have multilingual 24/7 support. And Travel Advantage is just an elite luxury travel club. And the AI component of this is huge. So imagine having your own little AI trip trip partner. And right now on the site, you can literally, the AI goes out, it can build an entire trip for you, and it goes out and searches out all the best rates. It can compile those and build a trip. It's going to start to know your family, know what you love to do, know activities or excursions that you love to do. And it can build those kind of experiences so it saves you time. How many people have know someone, or maybe personally, you've gone to, you want to go to a new region, you want to go to a new place, but you've never been there. You don't know the best places to go. You don't know the best hotels. You don't know what you're supposed to do. And so you spend hours of research. But what if you had something like your own little partner here that could do it for you? And then you just have a peace of mind traveling with your family to that place, knowing it was all set up. And that's what we have with Travel Advantage. It's also a membership for all your travel needs. So you can look on the screen here. Anything you can think of in terms of travel, you're going to have access to. And the other really amazing thing is this is kind of how the industry works. But let's say that Priceline goes and buys up some hotel rooms at a hotel and they need to get rid of them. So let's say out there they decide to deep discount them. And you happen to, you're going to stay at the hotel and you find it cheaper on Priceline. Well, here's what Travel Advantage says. If you do find it cheaper, we'll 150% best price guarantee it. So that is amazing. There's 24-hour member support. You can conveniently book online 24/7, and there's no blackout dates. Now, Life Experiences with Travel Advantage is our flagship item on the platform that brings like the best of travel and lifestyle to families. So I've got a few examples here on the screen, and I'm going to just hone in here on the Santorini, Greece trip. But what our life experiences are is where they've curated these experience trips, and a lot of them have already activities or excursions built into them. A lot of them have already your transfer fees, hotel fees. In fact, one of them on our site, I think it's the Nile cruise in Egypt, has even like tour guides and the entrances to all the iconic spots in there. Like everything you can think of can be built into some of these experience trips. Well, if you take a look at the Santorini, Greece trip, by the way, this has been on my bucket list forever. I'm the girl that is like dreamt of going to this iconic resort where I see the pictures of the ladies buying those beautiful dresses and you're on the balcony and having your picture taken by a professional photographer. And I look at this trip right here, 5 days, 4 nights in Santorini, Greece for $949. Are you kidding me? That is amazing. But me being a member, I can actually apply if I want to 400 of my loyalty points and I can get that trip for 5. It is amazing. So these are the examples, and there's a ton of life experiences that are on our site, and they add more and more monthly. We just launched a bunch just this past weekend as well. And then here's some more examples. You can see on the screen here just more examples of our life experience trips. And here's what MWR Life done. They do what's called trip tracking, where you can track for your free trip. So every 12 months, you can literally unlock 100% of your loyalty points and get a life experience trip for 2 people for free. Can you imagine being able to offer to a family a membership-based subscription where they never get to really travel to great exotic places or things that have been on their bucket list, but you could offer them a plan where they could pick one once a year and be able to go for free for 2 people? That is what we offer here. Now, there's huge earning potential too with MWR Life, and I'm not going to cover all 10 different ways here. I'm going to highlight a few. One thing that was so impressive for my husband and I is that not only the earning potential that's available, but also that MWR Life pays you daily, weekly, and monthly. Kirk and I have been, like I said before, in the physical product space. And I will tell you, it's very frustrating to have to stock product, close out a month. Every month you're trying to run for a certain volume, and then you don't get paid for a little while. You get paid on that volume, but it takes a few weeks to get paid. And then of course you start over at zero the next month. Here, there's none of those games. You get paid daily, weekly, and monthly, and there's no flushing of volume. You're just building a community of subscribers. And the wonderful thing is that you're not doing it alone. So I'll talk more about that here in just a second. One of the most exciting pieces of the compensation plan is they do what's called a fast start bonus. So obviously this is the company incentivizing you to go out and share the membership. So you enrolling just 2 Elite Turbo members in 7 days, you can make $160, and then they'll give you a $150 bonus to do that. And then they'll reset it and let you do it the next 7 days. And if you do it in with that time period, they'll actually reset it a third time. So literally in your first 21 days, you can make 930 to almost $1,000. Another way to get paid is the residual income side. And this is where everybody gets super excited because these are really the guaranteed incomes when you hit these certain ranks in the company. And the ranks, by the way, are just based on the size of community that you have. Now, what is amazing here is that you're not alone. The person that invited you here tonight, they're asking you to partner with them as a team. And that team, you're going to go out and start to build a community together. So you get to leverage each other's time. You get to work together to build this community. And so look at some of the incomes on this screen. I mean, anywhere from like that gold level of $300 a month. If you've never experienced residual income in your life, I've already told you, it's like the eighth wonder of the world. So imagine having 12 people in your community that are enjoying a high value product where they're going to travel for less, travel very simply, and make 300 every single month based on the work of gathering a 12-person community. So with just 12 people in your community. That's huge. Okay, well, let's get even more excited. Like what about that double diamond level at $30,000 a month? Jen Perga, who is a leader here in the company, she did that in 6 months. $30,000 a month guaranteed based on the community that she has built with all of her people that has helped her do that. They go out and accomplish together. That is amazing. And what is awesome about the residual income piece is it's paid out daily. So this is where that daily income comes from. So if you look at that double diamond level, that's $1,000 every single day. How many of you guys would like to wake up, log into your back office and see $1,000? Next day, $1,000. And that's only one way to get paid. Another part of the compensation plan is what's called a builder bonus. And this really was impressive for Kirk and I because what was important to us, if we were going to go out and put our work into building a community, we also wanted that incentive to help other people win, to help other people make money. And this is the win-win piece of our compensation plan, where you are going to get incentives for helping other people actually make money. And I love that. Now, this really gives you a snapshot of those two ways to earn income and what it can look like for you. So let's just say you got to the diamond level and you're making $22 a month. Now imagine adding on top of that an extra $15,000 just in builder bonuses because you're out there helping your team make money. So that's $50,000 a month. Do you think you could have a nice retirement? Do you think you'd start to travel a little bit more, go see the world? I will tell you guys, this is just a personal story for me. But about 2 years ago, Kirk's father passed away and he was in the hospital and they were sending him home on hospice. He had they told him it was going to be about 3 weeks that he would have to live. And we remember sitting in this hospital room and the doctor said to him, "You need to do some things that you haven't done." And we understood what the doctor was saying. Have some conversations with people maybe you haven't talked to in a while, forgive somebody or, whatever it is, say, "I love you" to somebody you haven't. And I remember sitting there and his dad looked up and he said, "I want to go to Egypt." And we all looked around at each other and you could have heard a pin drop in the room because we knew you're not going to Egypt, and we had to break the news to him like that's not going to happen. And this is a guy that had literally never traveled in his life. I think he had gone to Las Vegas one time. That is why we do what we do here with MWR Live, because we are offering travel to the world in such a simple and affordable way that we can get them to a point where they can begin to live life to the fullest. I know that there are travel spots in people's hearts that they haven't been able to do, but what if we could help people do it? What if we could help people not have the regrets on their deathbed that they were dying to go see the world, to see God's creation more? And man, I get passionate about this because of what we're offering the world with this membership. Now, here is what is so amazing. The membership is only $119.97. And after everything that you've seen, the biggest thing that I hear from people is, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Nicole?" Because I was thinking everything you were sharing that it was going to be, I was like, wow, I can't imagine what this membership's going to cost me. $119.97, that's it. But they make it even sweeter. What if you could refer just 3 elite members and your membership is now auto-financed? Because that's what they do for you. Just by referring 3 people into the membership, you now have yours auto-financed, meaning they never charge your card again for your $119.97. Huge value, 0 risk, and 100% reward here. So let me break down the memberships for you. You can get started with the Elite membership. And this is where it's $338.97 back office, where it's going to give you a personal website. You're going to have access to the apps where people can join. And then what they're going to do is take 120 of that 330 and put your loyalty points right into a travel bank. So remember, loyalty points are dollar for dollar. So that's essentially $120 that you have right away that you can access deeper discounts on the site. Then every month, that 119, they're going to match your dollars, right? 120 loyalty points will go into your travel bank every single month that you can access for travel. So think of it as like a travel savings bank. Like I told you in the beginning, most people put it on a credit card, spend the rest of the year working, trying to pay it off. But what if you could now help people travel smarter, to actually have a travel bank that they can start to stack, and now they can take those bucket list trips. Now, the best way to come in and the best value is to do what's called Turbo Upgrade. And that's where you do a one-time lifetime upgrade of you add that to your Elite membership, and that brings your getting started to only $588.97. And here is what is amazing. They take 490 of that $580 and drop it right into your travel bank. So essentially $490 you already have access to apply to deeper discounts with travel. And then every single month, $119 for your membership, but now the company is going to actually give you 100% match into your travel bank. So every month they're going to deposit 240 points into your travel bank. Guys, even when your membership is auto-financed and they're not charging you, they're still dropping those points every month. 240, 240. Now, I have people ask me all the time, well, Nicole, does that mean I got to wait a year before I can access those loyalty points? No. Right now, tonight, if you become a member, you can go on your site, you'll see your 490 loyalty points, you can book that Santorini, Greece trip, and you can apply 400 of those loyalty points right away and get that trip for $549. Are you kidding me? That is amazing. So the biggest question is, what do I do next, right? And we want you to obviously join the team. You were invited here tonight for a reason. They want you to join the community and become a part of this high value product that you can go share into the world so you can offer this to other people. I love the fact, and it's just so refreshing to be a part of a community where we're not another Me Too product. There is lots of great products out there that you can market. So don't hear me wrong. I love products, but we are doing something so unique in the travel space that nobody else has it. And you have an opportunity tonight to get in here in the North America region for being one out of almost 4,000 people. It's proprietary, it's a proven model and company, and I've already given you highlights of the compensation plan where it's very lucrative. So it is a digital residual product. We have a ton of fun. If you would have came this last weekend to our official launch, you would have seen that you would be hooked up with people that are living life to the fullest. Man, they want to travel more. You know, think about this for just a minute. Have any of you guys ever gone on a vacation and you left mad, right? You probably went mad. You know, you went stressed. Your week was stressful. You got there, you were still, carrying all the weight of having to clock in and be the magic at your job or be the magic at your, self-employment, whatever it is. But do you ever leave mad? No, that is why travel is so special. And it's a universal language of love. There's not a person that I have ever met that said, I hate to travel. Most people in their heart, they have a list of places they haven't seen and they're dying to go to it. So the biggest thing that you can do is jump in, get a membership. And I just wanted to highlight a couple of pieces of our site here so you could see this, travel advantage here. This site, you can see it's a real site. You're going to have access. You're going to have your own account on the travel platform. You can see the life experiences here that are available. And I'm even going to show you here. Kirk and I booked the Dubai Life Experience for September. And this trip is going to be amazing. So it's going to pull up here in a second, but we're staying at this amazing hotel. And already booked into the trip are these activities and this itinerary that Kirk and I couldn't even go out and it would take us a long time to figure out all the ins and outs of what we would want to book. But look at this hotel that we're going to stay at. And then in this trip, the first night that we arrive, we have a welcome party at the theater. There is, obviously a theater show at one of their iconic venues with gourmet dining, an open bar. The next day, we've got a luxury desert, safari dinner. I don't even know how you have dinner in the desert, but it sounds amazing. And then the next day, we have a private cruise on the Royal Lotus yacht. The next day, exclusive access to the O Beach Club. So I tell you all that. You can see the site. There's so much value here. And the best thing that you can do is jump in, get a membership, get a spot in the community. We are out building this community together. So the person that invited you here, they're out getting market share, and either you're going to be in someone's team or they're going to be on yours. Now, I'm going to do the best thing I can do right now. I'm going to have Nate unmute, and I just want him to share a brief testimony from his perspective of just what this membership has done for him, what this opportunity has done for him. So, Nate, I hope you're here. I can't see you.
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome,
Hey,
awesome.
Nicole, great presentation. You flow so well and get all the facts out there. Guys, I saw four things, and I didn't just see four things when I saw Travel Advantage and MWR Life, but I can tell you I've experienced all four of these things. So what they are, I've seen it and I've experienced it. First, we have a product that works. I saw it when I first looked at Travel Advantage and MWR Life back in June. And then I want to tell you a quick story of how not only I've experienced it to save thousands of dollars, but my younger sister, who's not here to build a business, she's used the travel portal twice and saved over $1,300 booking two different five-star hotels. The products work very well. The second thing, I saw a company that had been around for 13 years, and I got excited because we had a chance to launch North America. Right now, as we're live right now, less than 10,000 people, less than 10,000 members in North America, but over 500,000 members worldwide. So I saw the opportunity to build a business of something that's established, but yet we could launch it in North America and benefit from a pre-launch, but without going through all the problems of something that some pre-launches go through. The company everything is stable. That's the second thing I saw, and I've experienced it. I got to meet the CEO, the leaders, the vice presidents of the company. That's the second thing. The last two things excited me the most when I saw it, and especially as I've experienced it. The third thing is the money. I call it a healthy combination, Nicole, of upfront money. We all know what digital commissions are. We have digital products out there that pay us 100% commissions. 100% commission sounds fun, but not when it's only on one level. And if I make 10 sales this week, I've got to go do it again next week. And so what we have here is up to 85% commissions up front, with a back-end residual as we build a team that Nicole shared with you. We get those daily deposits every day of residual. So the money is here. It's a powerful combination of upfront money and back-end money. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And then my favorite part, the fourth thing I saw, and I've definitely experienced it, we experienced it last weekend in Dallas, is the community. Not only do we have a powerful community of big thinkers, of vision, people doing big things, like Kirk and Nicole Porter, like Tom and Kim Challen, like Michael Stoller, like Toby Lindley. I could go on and on and on. We have people, when you get in the room with people that are making things happen, not only here, but learning what they did in previous businesses. Brad and Heidi Black, multi-million-dollar company in Dallas, Texas. When you get in these rooms, you learn and you have these conversations. You have a light switch, a flip a switch, I call it, and you just learn how to build a business. The community here is fun. It's you learn things. Just get around community, go all in on what we're doing here. We have a home, we're having fun, and those are the four things. I've saved thousands of dollars. I could tell you all about experiences in Santorini and Istanbul, Turkey, Cancun. I got the quick story, Cancun. We did a trip in Cancun back in August, and I decided to stay 7 more nights because I was getting 50 and 60% off on rooms every night. So why not? So I've experienced it. I'm not just here to tell you something I saw, but we've experienced it, and we're having an absolute blast. And we would love anybody that's not a part of this community to say yes tonight and join us. We'd love to see you at the next destination. Thanks, Nicole.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Nate. Great. Awesome. Awesome. I appreciate that. So here's what I recommend. For those of you that are seeing this for the first time, get a spot tonight, get your membership. Don't miss out on an incredible opportunity here in the North America region where you can help us go share this incredible high value product into the marketplace. And the next best thing that you can do is, as soon as I end this call, get back on the call with the person that invited you so they can, one, get you started, or at least answer any questions you have, get more tools, resources into your hands, and get you onto the next call too, that you can get around this powerful community of people that are bringing an amazing company to the world. So you guys, it's been a blast sharing with you. God bless. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you next time.